Put simply, leadership matters. Casey's work and investing in and trying to change the life circumstances of the nation's most vulnerable children, families, and communities is all based on people who are strong leaders, who can deliver results and do the best thing on behalf of children, families, and communities. And so systems, organizations, institutions don't run themselves, they are run by strong leaders. So when I think about Casey's investment to advocates for children and youth, I think about the opportunity that would have been lost to have had that organization disappear on the local, statewide, and national front. ACY is an important member of our national network of Kids Count grantees. On an annual basis, they help us capture information that gives the state and the country a sense of how Maryland's children and families and communities are doing. As a result of our investment, we think we're one piece of a very amazing and complicated puzzle that helps sustain that organization through a very important leadership transition and a moment in their organizational life that mattered immensely to them and to the people that are served in Maryland. Once we had a conversation with them, we had an internal conversation about how best we could support ACY through this very important transition. We felt that it was critical that the board be in the driver's seat, that they tell us how best we can be helpful. And one of the first things the board leadership asked of us was to support some transition planning services. They weren't exactly sure what or how they were going to do that, and we stepped up in terms of providing funding support and contracting with a consultant to do that. Once the consultant worked with the board leadership, it was clear to them and then to us that they needed additional support in figuring out not only the executive search for the incoming executive director, but in the importance of building relationships with existing partners of ACY. So we had a series of consultant contracts at the end of the day that were critical to supporting ACY. One was around leadership transition planning services, figuring out how to get the organization from point A to point B. Two, figuring out how to support an executive search. Third, how to figure out how to transition that new leader into this organization to ensure that this transition was smooth and that the existing and remaining staff were engaged in a relevant and respectful fashion. Fourth, we provided additional support around strategy development. So as a funder, my sense is that it would be extraordinarily arrogant to think that anything can get done unless there's actually an investment in the talent and leadership of an organization. Foundations are as good as their investments in their partners. The partners are the ones who do the work. And granted, not everyone wants to or can fund leadership development or the investment in talent development, but you have to step back and ask yourself, if the foundation wants to achieve results in whatever area they're interested in funding, those results will be achieved because of strong leadership.